Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was a kingdom situated between a sprawling green valley, the mountains, and the unforgiving sea. The people who lived there were the happy, carefree sort who never knew the taste of fear nor misfortune. Children played freely in the streets, and the nearby forest offered bounties aplenty. You couldn't throw so much as a stone without accidentally hitting a deer in the head. Needless to say that the people of the kingdom thrived. However, as things often are where fortunes are concerned, sooner or later, it turns. One day, 4 great beasts darkened the skies. They swept through the kingdom and opened their giant maws to unleash a rain of fire. Houses crumbled, bridges burned, and the people who tried to flee were turned to ash. What few knew, and many learned later, was that the beasts were justified in their rage, and rage they did. The 4 dragons, kings in their own right, soon came to be known by their rightful names. There was Sabretooth, slim and agile, with teeth sharp enough to cleave ships in half. Rester the Sleepless, whose dark, rattling scales blended with the night. Cannibal, unpredictable and cunning, who found amusement in stealing sheep from their pastures, as well as babes from their cribs. And lastly, there was one who people feared most of all. Cessarion. The Red Death. In an effort to ensure their own survival, the people of Sunfire Isle struck a bargain with the 4 kings. A deal that would guarantee the safety of both species, and in turn, build a bridge of temporary peace between humans and the dragonkin. But the price was very steep. Once every 100 years, a virgin would be sent to marry one of the beasts. It didn't matter if it was a young man or woman, only that they were of age and untouched. The choice of bride, although seemingly random, always followed a certain pattern. Healthy, privileged, and terribly unlucky. And once the bride or groom departed, they were never seen again. Centuries went by in this manner, the wealthy sacrificing their young to survive, and the young welcoming duty to secure the lives of the many. Until one day, a letter arrived at a young woman's door, summoning her to her fate. You were neither of noble birth nor of considerable standing, but you were chosen all the same. Your mother wept, and your father was too drunk to care. But you were gifted with quiet courage and a noble heart. And with that, you set off to meet your new husband. Gripping the reins with trembling hands, you traveled through the treacherous terrain, along a winding road to the Dragon King's abode. You knew little of him, but the time spent in the dark forest offered a quiet reprieve for you to think and consider your new circumstances. So much so that you didn't notice when a mysterious youth stepped out from amongst the trees. Good thing horses are alert, at least.
Whoa there. I didn't mean to startle you. Are you all right? No harm done. I should mind my step when walking in the dark. Nothing too exciting. I'm just a traveler passing through, seeking shelter from the darkness of the forest. I see. Well, that's very kind of you to point out, but I'm afraid I must decline. I prefer the company of stars and moonlight over the comfort of a tavern. However, it was nice seeing a friendly face, although briefly. I won't keep you any longer. Safe journey, my lady. It appears we're headed in a similar direction. Do you perhaps mean to travel through the mountain pass? I see. Me? Oh, wherever the road takes me, I suppose. Are you sure? I would hate to put you through the trouble. If you insist, who am I to decline such an offer? You sure are a strange one. Oh, nothing. It's just curious is all. The lack of caution. Were you never taught to take heed of strangers? What would you call it then? Don't know if that's true. I myself know the names of all my travel companions, even the temporary ones. Oh, my mistake. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is... You may call me Kit. All my friends do. Likewise. Do you mind if I put my feet up? They're aching more than I'd care to admit. Thank you. Whew. I've been trekking along this road for hours. And I suppose I lost my way there for a bit. I'm not usually this careless. No one's going to miss me. I'm no one of importance. I'm not. I'm just the fourth son of a merchant in a long line of yet more merchants. Oh, nothing in particular happened. I just grew tired of it all. And the old man threw me out on the street. I thought this was as good of an opportunity as any to see the rest of the world. Besides, he has 3 sons left to take over the family business. So there's no need for me. Funny how things work out that way. What about yourself, my lady? What brings you to these woods at such an hour? Destiny, you say? And what form does it take? A Dragon King? That is quite the fate to behold. I assume you're to marry one of them. terribly afraid? Just a little bit. I don't blame you. Who would want to be betrothed to a beast? In all honesty, I'm surprised you're not running away from here screaming. Why not? If I were you, I know I would. I might not be from Sunfire Isle, but I've heard the stories. Trust me,